May's Nail Challenge of the month is here, and today we've got a good one. We've got a new contestant, Melissa De La Cruz, versus Greg Salo. They are going to use all of the new products we are launching during our Memorial Day sale. They've got to use the Boho Foil Kit. They've got to use the new confettis and the new jelly acrylics. Have to use them in a full set. We're going to talk to them about it real quick, get their feelings and thoughts. Melissa, how are you feeling?
I'm confident it'll be fun.
That to me says Greg is in deep shh. So, Greg, how are you feeling, bro? I know you've struggled a little bit with some of these challenges, but how are you feeling today?
Bro, every time I enter these challenges, I get crushed. But you know what? I'm still confident. So, you know, I'm not gonna dwell on my failures. I'm gonna use it as inspo.
I love it. I love it. And here's the deal. On this challenge, you are gonna decide. You get to see their work in the comments below after you see it. Vote for either Melissa or Greg. Let's see if Greg can squeak out a win this time. Both are confident, both are best. These are two of the top nail technicians in the world. I'm excited to get this challenge started. You guys ready?
Ready.
You ready?
Ready.
Ready?
LFG.
LFG! Let's go. Nail challenge starts now.
Well, I'm in another challenge, and this time it's against Melissa De La Cruz. So the challenge is for me to use all the new products we are launching on Memorial Day weekend. The jelly powders, the confetti, and the new foil transfer designs, the Boho Kit, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna incorporate all of the products into a design, and hopefully this time I win. All right, so I have the nails prepped. I kind of have an idea of what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna put this all in one, and hopefully it works out. I've been kind of playing around with the idea. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the nails. All right, so what I'm gonna end up doing is preparing the ring finger with the cornucopia of elements that I have to use. So I'm just gonna quickly come around. I'm gonna feather off the shine from cuticle to free edge. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use swipe to clean the surface of the nail. And then we're gonna use 2 coats of protein bond. We still have to be able to replicate a true prep, right? So that the product does not lift, right? So we're gonna do 2 coats from cuticle to free edge. And if you're doing this on real nails, you want to make sure that you're doing it 1 through 10. All right, so let's break out the jelly powders. We have blueberry, which is awesome. We have lemonade, we have orange, and we have strawberry. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my form and I'm gonna go ahead and pinch it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this nice and flush to the practice hands nail. All right, and once we have it absolutely set, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna build the free edge first. So I'm gonna use all the colors to create a fade from cuticle to free edge. And then at the same time, I'm gonna be using the confetti, and I'm gonna be basically pressing it into the surface of the nail before I cap it with Speed Clear. Let's get Air Hug. And we're gonna do Dawn Patrol, which is the purple and the blue. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna make this easy. I'm just gonna sprinkle a few pieces right here, and then Dawn Patrol as well. I'm just gonna sprinkle a few pieces right here. That way I don't have to dig out of the jar. It's more than enough to use on multiple nails. Since the powder has a lot of transparency, they are jelly powders, right? Looks like kind of like a translucent kind of candy free edge. What I'm going to do is we're going to use the blueberry, and I'm going to get a nice, even, healthy amount, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds, and then I'm just going to set this right to the tip, release, We're gonna build the free edge with the blueberry first. All right, so the nails I'm going to be building are going to be some really nice long stilettos. All right, so once I build the free edge, then I'm going to start working back. And what I'm going to do is just take a couple pieces of confetti. I'm just going to start randomly placing them inside the tip. I can use a dotting tool just to kind of press them into the free edge. You could even use the back of the brush if you choose. That way they don't slip out, just a few pieces. All right, and then what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start working back. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the strawberry. I'm gonna set this down right here in the back, and I'm just gonna start to fade it into the blue, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna take multiple pieces while it's wet, some of the smaller pieces, and I'm just working into the back end of the nail. All right. It's awesome. It actually looks like bubbles, right? These holographic bubbles floating inside the free edge. All right, I'm gonna take some of the orange. Again, I'm setting it to the back. I'm working it into the body. I'm gonna do the same thing. Just going to take a few pieces to start feathering them into the back end. Since this is wet, I can kind of just get them in. Push that in to make sure it's nice and tight. And last but not least, I'm going to use lemonade right at the cuticle area. I'm gonna let that sit down and then just kind of lightly feather it in. So you're gonna see I've got this really incredible fade. It's this killer ombre from cuticle to free edge. All right, I just need a hair more at the tip. So what I'm gonna do is just use a little bit of the blueberry, as you can see, just kind of blend it back. And then whatever I have, and it's crazy. It actually looks like a beautiful sunset on the nail. All right, so once we actually have the fade created, then what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna cap it with a little bit of speed clear all the way through the body. That way you can kind of reinforce the stress area, and it gives me room to file so that I don't file into the confetti or into the design. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to let this dry, okay? I'm going to allow this to dry. I'm going to file this into shape, and then what we're gonna end up doing is we're going to be using the foil transfer in an original way. Stay tuned, I'm gonna show you soon. All right, so I already cut out a few pieces. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna do things a little bit different. I'm not gonna be applying the bottle. I am going to take the foil transfer base, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna be using my liner brush to apply it to the surface. The reason why is because I'm gonna be painting in some animal prints, and I'm gonna be using the foil transfer to actually stick on those animal prints that I paint on. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that the surface is clean. I'm just gonna take a little bit of swipe, clean that surface. And then right here in my glass dish, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the foil transfer base, and I'm just going to start placing just a little bit on the bottom of the dish, right? Just so that my brush can grab it. So just remember that whatever you put inside there is not going to last. It's going to evaporate. So I'm just going to take my brush, and I'm just going to start off from the top. And what I'm going to do is just paint in really thin lines. All right, and just through kind of the surface. I'm not going to do them all at once. just gonna do small sections at a time. All right, so we're just gonna let that area sit for about a minute. It's really, really hard to see, so you're just gonna have to kind of just trust your instincts when you're drawing everything out. All right, so I need to wait about a minute, to tell you the truth. I think that's probably the optimum time. It's gonna give it a chance to stick, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick it on and then peel it away, and then it should follow the lines that I painted through the surface. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to push down in those areas and then just kind of peel away. Nice. Perfect. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of creating some lines through the nails, and then what I could do is I can actually come through and I can kind of clean everything up. And that's the best part about it. Once I actually have them down through the nail, you can actually see kind of the pitchfork I've created through here. And I'm creating these random kind of like zebra type of patterns. It comes off really easy with acetone. So if you wanted to kind of sharpen up the lines after you're done, you can come back and kind of trace away any of the edges with perfection. All right, let's continue to do that through the whole entire surface. Let that dry out. Again, give it about a minute, and then I'm going to use the foil transfer to go through the surface as well. All right, cool, right? I got the lines all the way through. All right, so now what I'm going to do, this is key, right? So again, I can clean out my dish. And then if I choose to do some detailing, I'm just gonna put a few drops of acetone inside my dish and then just use a gel brush. And then what I can do is I can kind of come in and just tighten up some of the lines so they're really, really sharp. So you can see that pink just disappears real fast. Right, so that edge right there, what I want to do is just come in with the tip of the brush and just kind of sharpen up that line. We have that done. What I'm going to do is we're going to seal this with the finished gel top coat. I'm going to finish out the set and you're going to see what it looks like when it's complete.
So I've decided the products I'm going to use for this challenge. I'm going to use Pinched Cheeks, Lemonade Stand, Tween Scream, Couples Therapy, Surf Van, Dawn Patrol, and Air Hue. I'm going to pick one that I haven't used in a demo, and I will pick this foil right here. I like the colors in it. And I decided I was going to use yellow by itself. In my jelly acrylics, I'm going to make a purple mixing the pink and blue, and I'm going to mix the orange and the pink to kind of make it a little more vibrant color. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to make my colors right now. I'm going to mix the blue and the pink to create a purple. It's I'm going to do 50-50. Some blue. Let's do some pink. Okay, close this and I'll try to mix it really well. Looks really cool from the side. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the pink and the orange together. Let's do some pink. Let's do some orange. Alrighty. And I'm going to use the yellow by itself. Let's try to mix these colors up real well. Let's mix this one together. Ooh, it looks cool, starting to make the purple color. There it goes, turning into purple. There's my purple. And this is kind of like a melon color with both of them mixed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put out the stuff I'm gonna use right when I start building, because I'm building in acrylic. I need to be ready to roll while my clear is wet. Okay, I'm gonna use this in every mix because it kind of has all the colors in there. And then I'm gonna put my blues on the side. So I'll use these when I want to. Okay, let me open my little acrylics and my clear speed. So I already prepped the nails and put the forms on. I'm gonna go ahead and protein bond them both. I think I'm going to use purple first. I'm gonna do half of it. Then I'll do pink on the other half. Draw out my monomer so I could kind of bring it down a little. Oh, I really like this color. So I'm just gonna build out my extension first, really thin. Put a little bit of pink in the background. A little bit of my purple. Kind of like the pink in the background the best. Okay, let's go on this one. I'm going to build both of my extensions out at the same time. Bring it all the way up to my sidewall. Let me get my purple. I want these nails to look good from underneath and on top. So I'll set it in my background right here. Put some pink back here. That's actually that pink and orange color. I like it because it makes it a little more vibrant than just pink or orange alone. It's more like a melon color. Tighten everything up. So what I'm going to do is let this dry, and when it dries, I'll come back with my next step that I'm going to do. Okay, so it's kind of dried. Now I'm gonna go into my foil transfer and kind of use my imagination from here. Just kind of put it through here. I'm not putting a whole lot, I'm just making sure it's kind of covered a little. Then I'll put a little coming through here. So I usually would let it dry probably anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute and a half. Okay, this one here, I think I'm gonna come in like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, I just want some of the color back there. That looks cool. I want a little bit more if there's any more adhesive there. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Let's come here. I like it. Okay, so let's go from here. Let me open my yellow because I haven't incorporated my yellow yet. It'll be perfect. I'll put a little yellow here to kind of, so when you look underneath, you'll see it mixed up. And a little bit of clear. I'm gonna make it really thin and use it really wet. So then I'm gonna come in with my mixture. think I'm gonna put clear over the whole thing. Remember, I'm making it up as I go, so this is crazy. Use a little bit of my blue. That looks cute there. Move my other blue over here and continue with my random colors through here. So I'm just gonna peekaboo my foil right there. Let me continue this all through here. I think I'll just do a full coverage, why not? It's very different when you can't think what you're gonna do. That's gonna look cool. You have to be careful because these pieces are a little thicker than Mylar, so you have to be sure that you're gonna be able to encapsulate this well. I'm gonna take off my form so I could see the coverage on it. Okay, let's get that free edge. Let's get a little bit more here. And a little bit more right here. Well, we have a little bit of boho poking through. I think what I'll do is make some poke through a lot and some not. Put a little bit more here. All right. Let's go in with this one. Just a little clear to wet this. Go around it. Pick up some clear and do this. Yeah, it's a little more effective. I'm gonna put a little bit more clear right here on the tip. Let's put some little ones in there. I love that there's so many different sizes in here. A little bit more right there. Okay, let's encapsulate it. I think what I'm going to do is get this first, draw out some monomer, and encapsulate this. So I found on my other one, it was my first time really doing that, it was really wet, so it kind of melted a little bit of my foil, but it actually still looks really cool. But I want to keep this design, so I'm going to cap this first so it'll keep that design. Okay, now let's cap it all with clear. I feel like this matches my bathing suit, so maybe if I like this at the end, I might do it on myself. I'm thinking this is going to look like a kaleidoscope looking down into a boho foil, and underneath you'll have the glitter effect from both ends. You'll have something sparkling. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll file these off camera and come back with my finished results. Okay, so I completed my challenge set. I actually filed them more stiletto because they were pitched very tight and I thought they would come out better that way, and kind of encapsulated everything. If you look underneath, I really like both looks. Underneath looks kind of tie-dye-ish, which tie-dye is really super hot right now, and on top they just look super dimensional. So let's top coat them. I am going to protein bond the entire nail. What this does is eliminate scratch marks if there's any, kind of hides them. You need that grid there for your top coat, and helps aid in bonding with your top coat. So this is a step you probably wouldn't skip. And I'm gonna go with stain resistant. I'm gonna start down here and work my way up. At first when I started, I was like, I have no clue what I'm gonna do, but I like what I did. I would totally wear these. They're super gaudy because it's on all of them, but I feel like a lot in the summer is really cool, and for the holidays and just every day. I think they're pretty. I kind of like how they kind of carry on. Looks really deep where the foil is. And I'm of course obsessed with these confettis. It cures fully in 1 minute. I usually leave it for 2. I feel like it comes up to a higher shine. So we'll do it for 2. Okay, so they came out of the light. I'm going to take my swipe off the sticky residue. I love the sheen of stain resistant. It's my favorite top coat. I don't know, I have a lot of favorites, but I tend to use stain resistant a lot. Okay, so there you guys have it. I completed my challenge. So let's be honest. I'm gonna win, huh? Vote for me.
All right, guys, the competition is over. Greg and Melissa took the products launching Memorial Day sale, the new ones. They did these sets. These sets are unbelievable. They're both beautiful. The top ones are from Greg with the blue, and the bottom ones with the pink is Melissa. These sets are awesome. Let us know in the comments below, who is your choice? Who is the winner? And we will count them up and tally and let you know who the winner of the challenge is. We love doing these challenges. We hope you like them too. Also, let us know what you want to see next. Any kind of challenge that you're digging, let us know and we will do it. Enjoy, and we hope you enjoyed this challenge.